Welcome back, YouTube. Focused Hands here. And yes, you saw the title correct. We are back on the Focus ST build. In today's episode, we're going to be fully disassembling this door. I'll take you over to the other side. All right, so here's the other side. As you can see, I kind of want to get in here and sand all this down. This door I can remove, but it's, all the guts, everything to deal with the door is out, and I'm going to show you how all of that stuff fits together so that you can kind of paint this properly. And that's the scope of today's work, is to fully disassemble a door. So if you care to know this kind of work on your Mark 1.5 Focus, stay tuned. All right, so first things first, you got to get this door trim off, and there's a couple of things you want to do. I would suggest going ahead and removing this part first. This is on some clips. Usually would use a upholstery tool to remove it. It's got that little clip, and these are broke. So I'm gonna go to the junkyard to see if I can find a donor card that has it. Here's what all this stuff looks like from the driver's side door right here. The back on topic here. So you remove this so you don't have that in the way, right? And then you have bolts here. These are T20 screws that you got to remove, and there will be an assortment. I'm missing one here, so you have one here, there. You have two down here. Can't really see it. There we go. You should have one there and one here, and then two. One there. Point to it. One there. And one there. So let's go ahead and take those off. All right, so now that you got those off, there'll be one in the back of this. There'll be a trim piece here you got to remove. Use a flathead screwdriver to pop that out, a small one. Then this is another T20 you got to remove. Get that out. Place that down here, the rest of them. Okay, so now that's done. Then you need to get your flathead or an upholstery tool to pry open this handguard and get that out. I like to get here somewhere. Just find somewhere to get in there to get it open and just pry on it and pop it out just like that. You probably didn't see that, but sorry. Set that down there. All right, so in here you have, I think these are 6mm bolts, 1 and 2. So make sure you get an extension that can get down there. I'm gonna go pop these out real quick. Stay focused. So scratch that. You'll need a quarter drive, or I think it's a 6.5mm socket. You can use a magnet to get these out. It'll slide in there like so, and like so, to get the bolt out. Otherwise you'll have to pull the door card off to get it out. So let's go ahead and do that. You just kind of pick up on it. You want to break the seal, pop up like that, and kind of just pull it forward off the door itself. But don't drop it, because you'll need to unhook the electrics from the back. I'm going to set this back here. Hopefully you can see. You should be able to see a little bit. This little clip right here, press that in. If I can do it, there we go. And then you just pull back on the unit like that, and it releases. Same thing for this one. Can't get your finger in there, use the upholstery tool, pull back on it, and this whole thing comes out. All right, so don't let this door part scare you. It's actually not that difficult to do. Unfortunately, I already took all the wiring out of the other door, so now I'm not going to go plug it back in just to do this. So what I'm going to have to do is wiggle this down when I take the bolts out of the window regulator, and I can wiggle it down to get it where I need it to go, and we should be good. So let's just begin that. First things first, we're going to take out the 4 bolts on the speaker. We're going to take this out. These, I believe, are 6s. You should be able to screw them off without using a tool. All right, so behind the speaker, there's a plug. You just hit the tab on that plug, wiggle out, and that's done. So now we'll go up top here and take out this side mirror wire kit. Same thing, has a little plug. Take that plug out. And on the bolt on the door, I believe this is a 10 millimeter, and you will need a tool for that. So now we still got the electrics here to deal with. You need an upholstery tool for that. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Pop it on out like so. And then you have this little rubber boot. You can just get in there with it to expose it a little bit, because we'll have to come back to that. I'm gonna take all this out because we're gonna be painting this. So this stuff is very sticky. I know, to get on your hands, make your hands kind of sticky. Shout out to Peter Griffin. This reveals the bolts that hold in the window regulator. So you'll need to get access to that bolt. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts holding the window regulator in itself. These are 8 millimeter bolts. So we're gonna take out all 5 of those bolts and we'll continue. Stay focused. Okay, so with those removed, we're gonna continue working on the electrics, popping it out. This is for, well, I mean, everything's for the door, but you wanna get all that out of the way because we need to get access to this. So it pops out there and it comes out here. So you pop it from here. So you get your upholstery tool back here, pop it out from here, and then this part just rotates out. And you can set this down off to the side. Specifically going to look at the motor. You need to unplug it. So unplug the motor, it just comes out pretty easy. All right, so that does it for that. Then we screw off the electrics to the door. Just reach in here. Boom, just like so. And there'll be a boot on the door itself. You gotta push in to get the electrics to push and slide all the way in. We wanna get this all the way out. All right, so back here are spots that you have to unclip, because these are clips to lock the wiring to the door. So we're going to get our upholstery tool and unclip those clips. There's one. You can almost do it with your hand, as you can see there. Push this through. Then there's one here. One right here. Put the lid on out. I'm just gonna feed it. Got another one right here under the door. You can't see it, but there's one there. Gotta feed that out. And down. And then one back here. All right, very good. And then one right here. Okay, and then in the back over here, You won't be able to see, but there is a pigtail over here you have to remove. And I'll see if I can get in here to show you that in a second. What we're gonna do is just pull all this through. Let me back you up here. I'm gonna pull all the door components through. Door wiring, I wanted to say. Through. And be careful not to like pull. You don't want to damage any of this. The stuff is almost 20 years old. I think it's already 20 years old. That's some Ford engineering for you, baby. All right, so you see this bolt right here. We need to loosen this just a little bit, and this will allow this glass, along with another bolt on this side over here, to slide down. And I believe those are also 10 mil. It's got my 8 on. Reach up in here, crack it just a bit. You don't need much because there's a backing on the backside, and you don't want to have to put this in with without being able to see. It's really hard to put in. All right, so we're gonna go over here to this side, and this hole right here, you should be able to see it, but I think I gotta finagle mine a bit because I can't get the window down now so you can see it. All right, so I got it in there under the bottom, crack it just a bit, and that should be enough to slide it down and then out. You should be able to take it out the track and pull it out, just like so. Okay, so right here is a, what do they call this little thing? A little tab you have to push in to get the wiring for the window regulator out. All right, so now that slides out. And you should be able to lift this whole unit out through the bottom. Part 1's out. Not to bend the cables. And part 2 is out. Alright, I don't want to get these mixed up because I think it would say on here right or left. Don't know if it really matters, but just try not to mix them up. All right, so far the scope of the work isn't bad, right? I mean, it's not hard to do. It can be kind of scary to do for your first time, but I promise you, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. We've almost got the whole door disassembled, and it didn't take very long. All right, we're gonna switch over to the outside here, and this outside door trim here for, I guess, weather stripping. It just lifts up, pull back, and this comes off. Put this in the car. Yeah, so I went in from the inside corner. You go in from the inside corner, lift up, pull out, and this will help it separate a lot easier. Then you can just pull it on down. That was a metal piece that went up here, so just remember that. Metal piece that went there. And it's out. so now we're down to the last few parts of this door. As you can see, it's hollow. We want to get the door handles off so we can sand this down here properly and sand these down properly outside of the car. So how we're going to do that is on the inside of the door. This only can be done from the inside of the door. And I'm gonna bring you over here so you can see. Give me a little bit of time to set you up. All right, so let's see if I can show you. Back here, get you in there. Right there is one screw, and there should be another screw over here inside that hole right there. You gotta take both of those screws out and you can get it off. And then we'll come over here and take these 3 bolts out, and this will drop this whole mechanism out. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go do that. Okay, so once you remove those screws, you should be able to get back here behind this door panel part right here and take it out just like so. And set this down. And this part, you should be able to slide forward. You see that? I pushed it forward and I can pop it off. This whole door handle comes out. Super, super cool. Okay, so those 3 bolts are a T30. All right, so that's all out, which drops this little plastic piece. You want to make sure that you keep that because you're gonna need to put this back in the door to tighten it down. So it's important. And this piece will fit in this slot right here. So, oh, excuse me, it'll fit right there. So make sure you keep this. And for drum roll, sit you back here. Gotta pull out this last part. So we need to take this out. You might need a flathead screwdriver for this. You gotta be careful not to break this because it's very flimsy plastic. And remember, this is 25 years old, so, or 20 something years old. Spin that around, line it up, pop it out. That's how this comes off. That's how you do it. You lift up and pull out, and then this electrical piece, there's a tab at the bottom of it. Got a tab at the bottom, and then you can pull it off. There you go. So now it's completely disassembled. And we will funnel this out and pull this inside as well. This is your wiring for the door. This is the side mirror. Your extra bits you're gonna need. And we got, you know, the assortments of bolts and screws that need to be cataloged and put away. Stay focused. All right, so hopefully this has been educational for you all that want to completely strip down the door. Maybe you want to put on new electrics for the door. Maybe your wiring got severed somehow. You need to get everything out, put new wiring in. Well, hopefully this video helps you do that. This is going to help me be able to paint the car the way I want to. I still got to, you know, take this off, but I'll do that once I get ready to paint. You see all this stuff, like, you know, it's not yet ready to paint, but I'm going to sand all this down, take these clips out, and get it ready, you know? And I think this will be a whole lot better job. I can actually pressure wash it, get it all cleaned up and ready for actual paint coming up next month when it warms up a bit. It's still a little bit too cold here in Texas for painting, but I think that this is the correct step forward on getting the car ready for paint. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.